Yeah, hello. I am the main character of this channel.
No, you're not.
Well, eventually I will be. So what do we have today?
Today let's go over updated virtual world after the ban list.
How is it compared to VFD version?
Overall turn 1 power is reduced, but it enables more interesting plays, which boosts the flexibility of the deck. This deck is very difficult to play.
Looks even more difficult than old version.
Reason is that there is no one path or end board. It differs depending on what you start and what you draw.
So it's not like some combo decks where the combo is always the same. You can't autopilot this.
This deck involves lot of math between tuners and non-tuners, keeping count of once per turn effects, and what you draw off spell and trap, to make sure your end board don't have leftover or missing material. On top of all these, your calculation is constantly changing based on new random cards from draw effect.
I see a lot of 3+3, 3+6, 3+4, 4+6, 6+6.
Now let's go over the difference since pre-ban list.
If you're interested in full walkthrough of other cards, we have already done so in other video. Simply head to our channel and search for Virtual World. For your convenience, a link is also included in the description.
Snow is useful for dodging opponent targeted effect. For example, I trigger Beatrice effect on opponent turn.
Opponent chain impermanence to target her.
Then we chain Snow effect banishing 7 cards including her to dodge the target. Another way to use her effect is
opponent summon speed 1 monster which require manual trigger. For example, Constellar Ptolemy M7.
We can quick effect her summon and flip M7 face down, which prevent them from triggering the effect. In addition, her banish effect refuels Chuche Bullet, as well as trigger Chang'ing Nyan effect. Instantly shuts down lot of decks, which can be activated whenever a token is summoned. Special summon him, destroy and prevent tokens while on field.
Popular ones like Sword Soul, Halkidon, Adventure Combo.
In addition, his effect can be triggered from graveyard,
so we don't need to hard draw it.
For example, in this deck you can send using Beatrice, Riser Dragon, or Foolish Burial.
He is also good target for discard if you open it turn 1.
Draw consistency. This reduces your ability to play long game, but almost all duels end within first 3 turns.
On another note, Nyan's Shuffle Banished to deck effect can target any card. This includes Face Down Banished by Pot of Desire effect.
Either refuel your hand, take control opponent monster, or check what deck opponent is playing and shuffle one of their card.
Very useful for either go first or second.
Feel free to run more copies if you have them or substitute for other missing staple. One of the end board monster, when you only left with level 3 tuner and 4 after calculation, used for spell and trap negate. If you are left with more non-tuners after material calculation, useful to 3+4, dump either token collector or Snow to graveyard, which reduces his level by 4. Then continue Synchro. A situational card. Retrieve monster card from graveyard.
For example, grabbing Virtual World base monster back for continue combo. Next, let's go through some gameplay walkthrough.
Duel start. Normal summon Lulu. Trigger Lily targeting monster and dump spell and trap.
Trigger Qinglong and add Lao Lao. Dump Water Enchantress as cost. Trigger Enchantress effect banish herself and add Rite of Aramasir,
which starts the adventure combo.
Normally, if you went to Beatrice line and didn't have Drakabak in hand, you want to trigger Fateful right away to grab Griffin Rider for Nibiru Care. But in this case, since we are 3rd summon, so it doesn't matter.
Trigger Lulu target monster. Send trap and add spell. 3+7 synchro summon Baron de Fleur.
Nice royal finish.
Trigger Kowloon and place Chuche. Trigger Chuche graveyard effect and increase Lulu level by 3.
6+4 synchro summon Chang'ing.
Now that we have free up 3 monster slots, trigger Lao Lao target trap and send Nyan.
Note that you cannot special summon the sent card by Lao Lao effect. Therefore we special summon Lulu, then trigger Nyan graveyard effect to special summon herself.
Use Baron to negate Nibiru. Note that we now have the problem of too many tuners on board. Using 2 level 6 to XYZ M7, then use his effect to add 1 card from graveyard to hand.
If you have equal number of tuner and non-tuners, XYZ Beatrice and dumping either Water Enchantress, Token Collector, or Snow is better play.
In this case we have Xianwu graveyard to revive a non-tuner, but it requires a discard to use. Lastly, 3 plus 6 into Shinshin.
Looks like we are playing against Sword Soul. We don't care about the Tenyi graveyard effect, because under Shinshin all monsters sent to graveyard is banished instead, so they can't use it anyway.
Trigger Chuche to destroy Moe. Normally the token is better target to prevent their non-effect monster effect, but token don't get sent to banish under Shinshin effect.
Trigger Chinging banish effect when card is banished. How does it feel using Sword Soul card to destroy Sword Soul?
By the way, opponent idled for maximum timer I think is around 7 minutes on turn 2, after the last action, so we don't feel bad for winning at all.
This is an example of having too little tuners. By the way, a tip on how to use Beatrice effectively is if you use her to start the adventure combo turn 1. On turn 2 you can wait till opponent make his play to determine which type of deck they are running. If it uses token, then chain Beatrice to the token generation and send token collector, otherwise send snow. Because opponent used Dimension Shifter, my thought was he is running Flunderies. Since they use banish effect, Chinging might be better use.
Turns out it's a Luna Kaiju deck.
Instead of letting them get the kaiju back, use snow to banish it. Little misplay here because Alpha, the master of beasts, is speed 1. Better off trigger snow before his activation. Remainder of video is additional gameplay, with occasional commentary.
Thank you for watching.
Here you can see using snow as material. Because we only have one virtual world card in hand, we can make use of discard effect to start our virtual world combo. Basically lost to Dark Ruler no more.